Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn with me, Alpha Pi Omega, Turkey and the Turkey Plus submod. So, we have ran into a little bit of a problem in the previous episode. It's nothing terrible, but it is a little bit surprising. So, you remember that we decided to go with the party called HP, the Hauken Party. Well, turns out that to continue on the only opened focus tree, the political focus tree, we need them to be in power. I kind of thought that that would come at the end, but no, it comes here. So what we need is to actually form a government that is going to be led by HP themselves, meaning they need to be the dominant party in the political establishment that we have. Now, we did have the referendum, and the game has said, yes, HP is gonna rule, but they do not have enough power to do that. So, the way I understand it is we had DP and AKP trying to form the government, so to actually have HP be able to form a government, we needed them to have the highest or second highest political capital, or to get the first or second highest amount of votes. We can boost them for 2% by spending 100 political power. So we're gonna just start doing that. They're gonna take away power from the other parties like AKP, ANAP, and Genç Party, and we're just gonna hope that it's gonna work. I could have also lowered the political threshold, but there's really no point when we don't need to get them into parliament. We need to, get them to actually rule. So this puts more pressure on us when it comes to spending our political power, and unfortunately there really isn't much that I can do here. Now what I can do here is I can start utilizing the friend or foe focus here, and we could maybe, no, it doesn't make sense to go any further. So we're just gonna get this one, which takes 70 days, gives us 120 political power, and then we just have to go focusless and use the political power that we have at our disposal. So this is gonna remove a ton of power that we have, and I'm thinking, because yes, this is gonna hit us for 75. I wish I knew that when I was starting that. Well, what can we do? Is there anything that we could do to get more political power? I don't think so. Well, we could unite the people. That would give us 20 stability. They are non-aligned support. I mean, that would be pretty good, but I don't think at this point it has much of a sense, does it? I mean, for 210 days it would actually slow us down, so let's just focus on the HP and what they are doing. So 2003 attack on the Grand Lodge of Free and Accepted Freemasons. Okay, that gives us stability. On March 9th, 2003, a suicide attack was carried out when two attackers entered the building of the Grand Lodge of Free and Accepted Freemasons in Kartal district of Istanbul and detonated explosives on it after wounding a security guard. While Vural survived the attack, which was determined to have been carried out by Engin Vural and Nihat Dugruel, members of the Turkish structure of Al-Qaeda. Wow, we have everyone here. Vural was injured. All of the deceased and injured were civilians. Istanbul 9? Man, these events really need proofreading. As a result of the case heard at the High Criminal Court, 4 defendants were sentenced to life imprisonment. And Recep Tayyip Erdogan is elected to the parliament. Alright. So Erdogan is elected to the Turkish parliament and is expected to become prime minister soon. Erdogan supports deployment of US troops in Turkey and expected to call for a new vote on the issue as one of his first official acts. Alright, so we now have enough to boost HP again. Yeah, they're getting significant. Okay, we'll need like 2 or 3 more and we'll be ready to have the extraordinary elections. And Rauf Denktaş rejects UN Cyprus unification plan. Rauf Denktaş, chief of the Turkish Cypriots, rejected the latest version of the United Nations plan to reunite Cyprus so Northern Cyprus remains independent. Cool. So we have 58. We're getting a little bit more. And in 70 days we're gonna get 125. So with a bit of luck, that's gonna be the 2... I mean, we might need more here. 3 at least. Because Jehepa is still 16.6, so I believe that then it might just rule. Okay, DP or Jehepa will try to form the government, but we need HP to really be the second strongest one before we go. So it might not be that quick. We'll just have to see. Special projects, we do not need that. We'll just... You know, the thing is that after we are done with the friend or foe, we're just not going to have any focus at all, which is going to give us 1.61 political power per day. So, you know, every 60 or so days, we will be able to do another one of these. And there's actually a really handy overview here. I didn't realize they were, you know, listed according to their popularity. Saudi Aramco IPO. The long-awaited initial public offerings of the Saudi state lucrative oil company has been officially announced by Abdullah bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud. The success of this risky enterprise remains to be seen, with some analysts forecasting limited investor interest in this IPO. The Saudi government has dismissed these predictions and has sought to maintain confidence in this time of uncertainty, urging investors both at home and abroad to buy shares. Alright. So far it's going well. Detectives discovered a mafia hideout. Oh, we could definitely use the political power. And I think we're not even... Yeah, we're not even able to gain the money anymore. But I mean, I claimed that we declared war on them. I mean, I didn't claim that, we actually did declare war on them. Conduct anti-mafia operation, which is going to decrease their power by 2. Okay, let's see this one. When it goes away, will it allow us to... Yes, we can do another one. Alright, so this lower their power. We're gonna go with some things are better left alone, and we're gonna immediately attack them again, because we discovered their hideout. I'm gonna use the political power that this gave us to boost HP again. 15.8, yeah, we're really going quickly. Nice, nice, nice. Let's just continue with this. Under a requested proposed mutual investment treaty, Aung San Suu Kyi released. After an extended period of resistance, the military government has finally caved into local and international pressure to release Aung San Suu Kyi from house arrest. This momentous decision followed the release of other prominent opposition politicians. The United States declared war on Iraq. Well, that's historical. Alright, repay this. I believe that because we switched to the police state and about off. Wow. Okay, so yes, we're now paying almost 3.5 billion for internal security, so we're actually bleeding out money, but that's not such a big issue because we are building what, 2, 4, 6, 7 office sectors, so eventually we are gonna get better. And the productivity is not doing good, but hopefully we'll be lucky again and get an increase from stagnation to That's going to be one of the things we really need to get from stagnation to growth. So central bank decreases interest rate to 23.91. The central bank made its decision. The interest rate will be reduced. Investments may decrease with a decreased interest, but a decrease in interest will bring stability to our people. Actually, will this impact our interest rate? No. Protests in Istanbul. Okay, and AKP loses power. Many people protested against the plans of the United States to invade Iraq and Istanbul. With this event, our people's opposition to the United States has increased enormously. Okay, that actually boosted HP. Nice! So we'll just do it one more time and we can hold the elections. A vowed offer. United States invites us to war against Iraq as a NATO force. United States has announced that it will give us $6 billion if we go to war against Iraq. Sir, what should we do about it? Shall we join or not? We need 10 billion. Let us join the operation. We respect the independence of Iraq. Well, we would become the owner of which province? Or we can get, I mean, stability or... Look, people protested. People protested and they don't want us to get involved. So let's go with the stability. I will listen to the people. But this is really good. Just one more boost and we will be good. Stalled progress. Okay, we're getting a lot of things here. So more extremist groups. Startup company up for acquisition. A successful startup company has been put up for sale recently. It is currently gathering large interest from a large foreign company seeking to expand its operations in Turkey. Some are saying that this expansion should be stopped, though preventing the acquisition would go against free market principles. Let the acquisition go through. This needs to be stopped. The state will buy it first. Actually, but the acquisition go through. Then actually, yes, that worked perfectly for us. Okay. So HP is gonna gain more power and then it's just gonna form the government. Stalled progress. Okay, this is not good. We're getting more issues here. Alright, but the radicalization has lowered to 0. The protests are causing a significant slowdown in construction projects nationwide. The administration must choose between mitigating the effect for a shorter duration or attempting to pacify the protesters, striking or risking longer delays. Police will have some work. Interrupted construction. No, we're not gonna hit our... Nice, we were lucky. Good, good, good. So far we have been really good with this. I know that, you know, basically forcing our people to eat scraps is not a favorite pastime of any government, but unfortunately we really aren't able to do much here. Wait, actually, let's put a little bit in the bank. I would actually like to mention one more thing. I did some study on the HP, and turns out this party is way younger than the game presents it to be. The HP was formed, oh god, I think it's in 2016 or 2018 in northern Cyprus, and it has been recently, I think, elected into the local parliament, but it has not been as old as it is presented in the game at all, and furthermore, it is way less technocratic than the game presents it. It is actually a popular party that's focusing on, you know, good governance and anti-corruption policies, but you know, it's not purely technocratic as the game presents it here. So it's kind of interesting that we are actually playing what I can only assume is a fantasy scenario at this point. How much will we need to hold the extraordinary elections? 90? Where was it? Let's gonna do this one, inevitable. Create anti. Oh yeah, we started with this one, which will give us actually stability and tax revenue. It's gonna be really nice. I wish there was something that would actually help us. Oh, this is actually gonna help boost the stability and make them like HP a little bit more, which is what I want. Sovereign anti-Greek propaganda. Wait, did that cost political power? I did not see that, or how the hell did we lose so much? I'm confused. Oh no, you know what happened? We have finished here, didn't we? Yes, we finished here. So next we could just go pressure to close the pro-PKK TV networks to United States, but yeah, that's another 100. Oh, and it's for stability. We're actually starting to see a decent amount of stability, which is kind of funny when you think that I'm saying decent amount of stability and we have nice 18. But it's better than 0. PKK launched an attack. Launch a counterattack. Detectives discover a mafia hideout. Well, I mean, right now we are in a situation where we truly need to be wary of what we're doing. So let's just leave them alone for now. I really just look at after the changes in the government. This is a really bad time for us. Yeah, let's just have protest strikes. Oh wow, we're so unlucky in other regards, but in this one we have been so good. Alright, 125, that will allow us to increase HP's support even a little bit more, and then we can go for the elections. Where was it? I think it was like 90, something like that. Ah, yeah, 90. All new extraordinary elections. All corruption offers, pro-Western propaganda. Another earthquake. 2003 Bingo earthquake and Turkish US crisis. A Turkish military personnel operating in northern Iraq were captured, led away with hoods over their heads, and interrogated by the United States military. Are you joking? What the hell, United States? The 2003 Bingo earthquake hits eastern Turkey with a moment magnitude of 6.4 and maximum Mercalli intensity of 9, violent, on 1st of May 327. The epicenter of this strike-slip earthquake was in Bingo province, 15 kilometers north of Bingo. At least 177 people were killed and 625 buildings collapsed or suffered heavy damage in the affected region. 84 of the fatalities occurred when a dormitory block collapsed in a boarding school in Caucasus. Oh, this is crazy, man. We are having so many earthquakes. Actually, how far are you? Because we really... Yeah, okay, we're gonna finish soon and we really need to start working on that power plant, because all of these office centers was gonna start coming online. Alright, were we able to maybe just go a little bit down on the power usage? We'll see. Okay, 16. I'll try to get them firmly above 18 and then we can have the elections. 74. Alright, we still won't have enough. Not even close to enough, but... Man HP. Okay, Cypriotic troubles and friend or foe were bypassed. Because as you might know, we are already having issues in Cyprus. So we can just go with the aggressive approach. Aegean dispute. I mean, that one is completely useless for us anyway. So let's just go and get that political power. Alright, we're getting a little bit of money again. Something happened, but I don't know what. Okay, office sector is gonna be finished. I'm really hoping we could be lucky again and get moved from stagnation to stable growth, because that would be really good. Oh, come the hell on. Mafia assassinates high-ranking official. Tragedy struck as the Turkish mafia has assassinated a high-ranking official. This will make our party's job much harder than it has to, and our opposition are most likely excited. Alright, MHP are now at 16.8. We also gained a little bit of power. And we just need a little bit more. Iraq was puppeted. Iraq has capitulated. These are dark times. So let's look at this also realistically. If we wanted to form a government with JHP and AKP or DP, it would be 16.3, 12.3. Okay, the current popularity of the government is also affecting us. This is interesting. Negative 50%. IBDA bombing. Our consulate in Turkey has been attacked. And victory in Eurovision. Oh, nice! That's actually what we needed. Thank you for that game. You are really amazing. So we're at 18.3. With you, that would be 30. And with you, that would be 45. I would get. Because I'm really afraid that we wouldn't be able to form the government either way. If we try to get MHP and DP or DP and JHP on board, it could also not work, and I'm not sure about that. IBDAC bombings. 2 more truck bombs exploded at the headquarters of the HCBC Bank AS and the British consulate, killing 30 people and wounding 400 others. The bombers appeared to have waited for the traffic lights in front of the HCBC headquarters on the Big Dere Avenue in Levant to turn red to maximize the effect. Several Britons were killed in the 2 attacks, including the top British official in Istanbul, Consul General Roger Short, while the rest of the victims were mostly Turkish citizens, such as actor and singer Karem Yilmazer, and the earlier synagogue blast. There goes our stability. What could we do? Doctrines. Actually, an airborne doctrine might be a good one. No, wait, what? How could we get an airborne doctrine? We don't have... Oh, airborne, not air doctrine. Okay, well, not something I'm interested in right now, but thank you for noting that. Alright, I'm missing these offers. I need to be more careful about that. Okay, so we finalized upgrades to another ship type. So how about the Tepe? We have a lot of the Tepes, so let's upgrade those. Review the outdated. Yes, Tepe class. Wow, you really are old. And you have torpedoes, anti-submarines. What if we gave you a gun battery? Would that even be 76mm battery? Let me see, let's upgrade everything here, because this is actually okay. What could we do with the battery? If I upgraded you to this one, that would actually work nicely and make you a little bit more effective. Do we want to do that? Or do we want to keep this one? No, I actually don't think that's a good one. Let's go with the light gun and give you the rapid fire. No, this one, 127mm. That's gonna be a bit more of a costly refit, but I think it is worth it. So 2003 per class refit. And I mean, realistically, we're not gonna be able to, you know, do anything with the Navy for a while. So let's have you guys refit it. Wait. They get anything. We have 2 extra trade points. And you are frigates. Alright, anything we can do with frigates here? Destroyer, carrier, cruiser, no. Prestige bonus, not really. What about the frigate? Production output cost, and then light attack. Sure. That's gonna make them, yes, extra light attack. And it's gonna be worth it. Yes. Alright, so we spend a little bit of money, but nothing dramatic. And it's gonna make our ships a little bit better. Decisions available. How's the Greek front looking? I'm not... Yeah, they're starting to push, but we still have a lot of time. So hopefully it's not gonna be a major problem. We just need to get a little bit more strength here. If we can get a little bit more, I think we could be okay. Because I really want us to form 20, 15, yeah. So if we formed Jehepa MHP HP party, that could work, but it's also a literally crazy type of government that I'm not sure would work at all. Okay, we're back to gaining a significant amount of money. Which is good. Are we attacking the mafia? No, but we can now. Conduct anti-mafia operation, which is what's likely costing us all that money, isn't it? Internal, yeah. So we're gonna be, but we're gonna be at like 0.4 billion, so we'll be okay. Nonetheless. PKK launched an attack. Do we want to... I don't understand why it says greater consequences. It's a new political question. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that. How are you? Your strength is 14. Minimum strength is 0. And we need to get our aggressiveness below 45. So if we keep... How is there... Aggressiveness cap... One should counter-attack. And we decrease their strength by 1. Oh, okay, they actually are capped at 100, but they can go... gotcha. Gotcha. So in effect it can be like 170, but the cap is 100, so you see only 100. Gene therapy has been finished, which is good. Gene therapy is always good. That actually allows us to go to genetically modified crops, which will give us productivity boost and population boost and commercial agricultural district productivity. Genetically modified crops like corn, tomatoes, and other plants are bred with stronger advantages than their counterparts, such as improved durability to bugs and many more. Yes, I want more of these. I would really like to finalize some things, but I can't. I literally can't. Please finish this factory so we can build a power plant. Large weapon cache discovered. Well, what's the mafia power? It's bugging me that we're just stuck in place here, you know, with nothing. So I'm just trying to make sure that we get out of this as fast as possible so that we can continue with the focus tree, because, you know, the economy is cooked, we are cooked, politics is cooked, and we're just wasting time standing in place in what can only be described as political crisis. So let's just make sure that we get that. Bosnia, yeah, I'm like a, you know, the pain point of NATO now. We're like the only one who's actually not ratifying anything. Ivorian Popular Front took one state, and the new forces were annexed. Right. So the conflict in Ivory Coast is over. China declares South China Sea as its core interest. The South China Sea is a marginal sea rich in natural resources, strategically important and with complex political relations. There are more than 200 islands and reefs, and conflicts and disputes have arisen one after another. Now that China has declared the South China Sea as its core interest, what changes will it bring here? Well, who knows? What are we to say? Interrupted construction efforts. Alright, so what happened? I'm not sure. Either way, this is the last boost that we give to HP. They get to 20.1. MHP is at 19, GHP 16.3. I actually hope that we could maybe form it with GHP and DP, but we'll see. Anyway, that's gonna be all for this episode, and I'll see you in the next one, where we are hopefully going to form the government and continue with the focus tree, because there is a lot of things that we need to do here. This one's gonna give us stability, more stability, political power, more political power. Finish the corruption. Oh God. That one is gonna just take us from medium corruption to negligible corruption. Well, that's a little bit overpowered. New modern bureaucracy. That's also a good one. Integrated AI. What are you guys dependent on? Yeah, on this one. So that we still need to get this one first before anything else. Alright, well, we'll do that next time. Anyway, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.